We're back, baby. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I didn't even give that time. Self-Love Part 2. There should be one more after this, I think. And then that should be it. So let's get straight into this one. Please do like and subscribe for more. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you were coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Mizuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairway much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them for a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured you would share them with me. As she sits down, Mizuki opens the lid of her container. You make cupcakes? You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes the cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glitterly powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I might not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it. I just made them. Oh, I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so. Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. I don't know that you like them from past experiences. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Mizuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth was too full of cupcake for her to stamp her excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It's kind of always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got, like, super into it for a while. It was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's just, baking is like art. But when you get good at it, it just gets too delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I'd prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. It's something I can make a lot of people happy, like, unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful in the moment you get to be, like, the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make it up for them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight when I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere I go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper ability twinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you'll have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that the cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me, but it's the best I can do. So, you can have the rest of them. Mizuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for the other friends. But, I made them for you. Mizuki's voice whines as she protests. I know, and I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making the other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make it happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You made me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes for some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pouring from Mizuki's eyes. She pulls her eyes to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Mizuki, I'm such a bad person. Mizuki stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Mizuki shakes her head and wipes her tears. You didn't. Mizuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. I feel so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of every single thing about myself that someone would like. And I hate myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought I was my chance to be a good person. Like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in a club, Suri and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know? I think a lot of those negative things too, about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of the thoughts in my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write a letter to express my feelings. It's painted me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Zuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them in at Zuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things, to desire to improve yourself. That makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around. And you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh. You're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care a lot about other people. And just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel very embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. I don't think I feel embarrassed. She tries to hide a smile, and she sighs as it fades away. Every time I come here, I always think of the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like I don't know. Feels like what? Mizuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll be mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares from the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles, while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, it's not fair, hypothetically. Mizuki says that, but with a little confidence in her own voice. I'm always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with the people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what making me feel so confused, because I'm threatening out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head turn. It must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being a person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with that. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Mizuki presses her palm into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. I'm so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Mizuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it. So much that I feel like that's how your life is. And throwing it away is just like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. Yuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone. Not having anyone to talk to or to hang out with. Not being able to replace what I have with them. I don't want them to hate me. I'm scared they'll hurt me if I go against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Suki. What? If anyone ever thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Suki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Suki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapsed, Mizuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Mizuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Mizuki looks away, but the feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling knowing it will give her courage. Ah, you're here first today. And you brought reading material? Suchi's sitting in her usual spot this time, holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like, it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. It makes you feel so empty. Fortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on my last book of this series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting the story conclude. I don't know if I want to let that go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish for I could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So it sucked when something good has to end, but it's also sucks when they just keep investing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's just the nature of things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through the respective reading material. Except Mizuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever? I'm not a total shut up, you know? Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and rarely spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter, it's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask, anyway? I was just curious. I never realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Mizuki and realizes that she is shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Mizuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets fluttered. Her mind's racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier telling them, and I just blocked them because I was so afraid of their response. Now I feel like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words to support the offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Mizuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Mizuki immediately nods through her rapid breathing, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Mizuki and sits on the side behind her. Then she puts her hands on Mizuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Mizuki nods, she's shaking, becoming more and more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. Mizuki nods once more, although Yuri is only touching Mizuki's shoulders. She can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. Well, do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath, breathing her hands. She feels Mizuki's shoulders rise up. Mizuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Mizuki's breath shakens on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more and Mizuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually Yuri feels Mizuki rests more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feelings of your breaths going in and out, and the weights of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri's determined not to move until Mizuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Mizuki has lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It it may or it may not. We can all measure to help prevent it in the future, but I think it can naturally get better over time. Mizuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which has been hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gone through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts. For someone about Nazuki of all people, making it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Nazuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Nazuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taking a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri's able to deliver and reassure that she herself would be wanted, demonstrating that you would deserve the love of others. If you can accept that form the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuously journey of learning to love yourself. Aww. Do you really mean that? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be annoying if I want to drag you around a lot of places? I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh, that means you're finally figuring out my favorite ice cream flavor? Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day you came in the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor. But for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. I do. Oh wait, yes, I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. What a coincidence. I think I'll help you have something to look forward to. I still have this sick feeling in my stomach, but it feels easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could have done? Not that I know of. There's nothing that can make this easy for you. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, I never talked about the letters you wrote. But I feel like we're past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my need a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's kind I wanted to start coming here in the first place. Even though I was scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that I ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayori. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to like, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad you worked up the courage. Even if it was in your own way, I could tell that you're being a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make you better in the long run. I think anyone will be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as as long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. You know how un uncertain everything is about you right now? But I really do think that's good things are in store for those. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. It feels nice to be reassured. Two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in the path forward. In just a few hours, they were left with another literature club meeting, where the four of them, each of them, their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself, since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend will be a good time to visit the bookstore together. Wow. There it is. The final one. Oh man. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Please do like and subscribe for more. You already know which one we're doing next. Have a good day. And as always, bye bye.